श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयम् करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादम् शङ्करम् लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करम् शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवम् वातरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः गुकारो अन्धकारो वै ऋकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यतायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। We are in the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, last verse. We already discussed the verse for previous classes. Just we have to discuss about the last lines of the commentary of Adi Shankara. Because I read the commentary of Adi Shankara for this verse. So we will conclude this verse after seeing the meaning, what Adi Shankara has told about this verse. Just a few lines last. First I will read the verse, after that we will go to that lines. Amatraschatурtho avyavaharyah प्रपंचोपशमः शिवो अद्वैत एवं ओंकारः आत्मा एव संविशति आत्मना आत्मानं य एवं वेद. One who recognizes the Omkara as the designation of oneself, the consciousness being the locus of this body, the designation directly points out this consciousness. One who recognizes, he merged herself or himself into this reality from the unreal world. Keeping a mind and looking out towards the objects, worldly objects, is called the unreal life. That unreal life includes our children, our husband or wife, our house, our material world, our job, our income, our deposits, everything. They are all unreal from the standpoint of reality. One lives this unreal life without knowing that these things are not the real centers of happiness. People just impose those things are the centers of happiness. And when they realize that they are not the centers of happiness, that time has already gone to realize the reality. The senses are not working. My mind is not available. My intellect can't grasp. So before that, when a person is active, those time should be used. That time should be used to realize the reality of a living being. Even though I'm a simple conscious being, my entire idea about myself is just a superimposition on the reality. When a person, after studying under a traditional teacher, realizes that I am the Omkara, I am the consciousness Brahman, which is not available for any worldly transaction, which will be the end of all these phenomena which are in the form of names and forms, which is the auspicious thing which I can do in my life. Advaitaha, non-dual, and Omkara. Thus, one will reach the supreme soul, merging one's own mind into that. I already mentioned you mind means series of thoughts. Every thought will have an object, worldly object. When we remove the worldly object by doing all the spiritual disciplines, and there is a state where the objects are not available, then that is the merging. Then there is no mind, only consciousness remains. That remaining of consciousness is called the merging of the mind. Atmani Atmana Sambishadi. By oneself, once one get merged into the Paramatma Tattvam. This is the moksha. This is the goal of a human being. This is the ultimate happiness of a human being. All other happiness are finite, limited. They cannot provide happiness continuously, and we are the hunters of happiness. And real happiness is without owing nothing. The person reaches the origination of happiness in oneself. Okay. Now, I would like to read the last three lines of this commentary, which was continuing from last two classes. Manda madhyama dhyam tu pratipana sadhaka bhavana sanmarga gaminam sanyasinam matranam padanam cha klipta samanya vidam yathavat upasyamanaha omkaraha brahma pratipattaye alambani bhavati. Alambanam, support, a gadget to achieve the goal. Omkaram, the syllable, all together, these three letters, akara, ukara, makara, Omkaram will become the support or a means to achieve the goal. For whom? Manda Madhyamadhyam. For a dull wit or a mediocre. Halfway he's okay. He cannot think beyond the nose, but he is very capable of doing his material activities. They are called Manda Madhyamadhyam. And they are interested to take into this mission of reaching the goal. Pratipanna sadhaka bhavana want to seek this knowledge, want to pursue this knowledge, and they are having the virtue and vice discrimination in their life, and they are ready to take into the life of sadhu. Sadhu means a life of a sage. How will be the life of the sage? Always keeping the reality in the mind and always knowing the external world which we perceive is unreal. All the rules and the regulations and attraction and the hatredness, everything is unreal, which are not real. The content of all the names and forms are one and the same, which is the content of mind. Thus, he get unified with the entire names and forms from the standpoint of its material. That means the content. The substance being same in and through all names and forms. Thus, a person get unified through this attitude of Omkara being the means for the realization of the truth. For that purpose only, Omkaram is highlighted and introduced by the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad in such a way, Alambani Bhavati, a means or a support for the dull wit or a mediocre wit. For them who are seeking the reality, for them who want to pursue this knowledge, for them everything will be safe when they meditate upon this Omkara, and they will be in the right track. For them only this Omkara is being introduced by the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. Tatha cha vakshyadi ashramas trivida hinaha ityadi. We are in the Agama section, first section of kārikā. We will enter into Advaita section. That's the third session. In that section, 16th verse, 16th kārikā is this kārikā, which we are going to see elaboratedly. All the three ashramas are only means to reach the fourth ashrama. We are going to see elaborately. A simple example Lord Adi Shankara has given in support of his commentary. That's all. Ityadi, it is going to say, Tadaja Vakshyati, will say the kārikā in the another section. The kārikā will say all these things will become a means to achieve the truth. Thus, we will finish Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad now only deal with the kārikā. It's a length of 3 to 4 years time if we go in this manner every Sunday 1 hour. Because I want to take in an elaborated way. I don't run, I don't rush. Even if I don't understand certain things, I will stop and go chewing and chewing into the next class, and I will introduce you again the same thing. So I want to know by everybody the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad in a simple manner. That's why it will take at least 4 years to finish the Māṇḍūkya Upanishad with the kārikā. But the Māṇḍūkya Upanishad, which is having 12 mantra, is now finished. So, idi Māṇḍūkya Moola Mantra Bhashyam. Now, the Māṇḍūkya Upanishad is finished. Now, go to the kārikā, which we are seeing already in the middle of every mantras. Now, the 24th kārikā of this Māṇḍūkya Upanishads. So, I want to make you clear, Māṇḍūkya Upanishad is the authentic Vedantic text. Māṇḍūkya Upanishad is not written by anybody. Māṇḍūkya Upanishad is Samavediya Talavakara section from Samaveda. So, this Atharvavediya Upanishad from Atharvaveda. That's why Shanti Mantra is Bhadram Karne. I just want Atharvaveda. There are 4 Vedas, Rik, Yajur, Samam, Atharvam, and this is Atharvaveda. So, Māṇḍūkya Upanishad is not written by anybody. In fact, all Vedas are apaurushayam. It's not a man-made scripture like what other religions are having. This is apaurushayam. This is not created or written by any human being. This is just like the inhale and exhale of a person. Like that, the mantras are there all around us. These mantras are being discovered by our foreseers or rishis. Thus, in their name, the Vedas are there for us. So even though if you see the name of a rishi, don't misunderstand that this rishi has written this mantra. No, rishis have written the mantras. They just discovered. That's all. Okay. Now, for this Māṇḍūkya Upanishad, for the sake of understanding as it is, one rishi called Gaudapada has written the kārikās. And the kārikās are divided into 4 sessions, and we are in the first section called Agama Pragar, based on scriptures. Few verses connected to Māṇḍūkya Upanishad are being listed in this section. And we are in the 24th kārikā of the first section. Omkaram patasho vidyat pada matra na samshayaha. Omkaram patasho jnatva kinjid abhichintayed. Again, once more I will read. Omkaram patasho vidyat pada matra na samshayaha. Omkaram patasho jnatva kinjit abhichintayed. Omkaram patasho vidyat. May one understand clearly that Omkaram, the syllable Om, which includes 3 letters, Akaram. When I say Akaram, don't misunderstand the letter A. In Sanskrit, we don't say just A, we say Akaram. Akaram, Ukaram, Makaram. All together, we say Om. May the letters or the sounds Padasho Vidyat are unified, are connected, are having the similarity with the Pada, the quarters. 4 quarters are being introduced 3/4 are for sure. One is not a quarter. One is not only a numeral explanation. That Om is not 1/4 of the whole. Om is the base of 3/4. Thus, every letter will be connected, will get unified with 1/4. As a human being, we are all familiar with the 3/4. Jagrada Avastha, waking state. And in waking state, get unified with the deity called Vishwa, with the letter. And another state, the next state, Swapna Avastha, the dream state, gets unified with the U and also the deity called Taijasaha. And also the last and the third quarter is deep sleep state and having the deity called Prajnaha and gets unified with Ukara. We already saw in a special way along with the commentary that Akara gets unified with the waking state. Ukara gets unified with the dream state. And also Makara gets unified with the deep sleep state. If a person traditionally, systematically come to know that, that person is for sure achieved the goal. That person already achieved the goal. Padaha matraha na samshayaha. There is no doubt, na samshayaha. Padas, the quarters, are the letters, sounds. What about the fourth quarter? Fourth quarter is the human goal. The consciousness is nothing but the Omkara. This is considered as the fourth quarter for the sake of understanding. It's not the fourth quarter. It's only a numerical explanation or expression. Fourth quarter. And it gets the name also because it is studied as the fourth quarter. It gets the name Turiyaha. Omkaram Padasho Vidyad Pada Matrana Samshayaha. Indeed, the matras, the sounds or the letters are definitely the 3/4. Omkaram Padasho Nyatva. Knowing this, after knowing this, Nyatva, that Omkara is the center of the universe. Omkaram directly points out the consciousness, which is the intrinsic nature of the listener. When I say listener means, listener is the having the main role in studying. Because Guru already knows that I am Brahman, but the listener is the half of the way. So listener having the main role, so highlighting the listener as the consciousness Brahman, Tattvamasi, you are that. So after knowing the reality by the listener, Kinjidapi chintaye, nothing to think after knowing that. The priority should change. We already took different births, different deaths. We already took all kinds of responsibilities in the previous birth. Now it is time to give up all the incidental features, incidental attributes, incidental roles which I am playing now as a father, as a husband, as a friend, as these, as a human being, we are preparing to give up all the incidental features, not externally, only here. The mistake means always directly connected to the intellect. Here only I committed a mistake that I am a human being. I am a household wife. I am a mother. I am a grandmother. All these mistakes are being here. I am a sick patient. That itself is a big mistake. The Brahman, which is formless, is my intrinsic nature. It never gets sick because it's not subject to death or birth. But my body, due to my life, due to my food, due to my thoughts, it will attract certain problems like sick, some wounds, some other issues, but it is not mine. I am the conscious being which is free from all sickness and wounds and guilt and hurt and fear, etc., etc. Whatever words you are familiar with, which will put down you, you are not that. Na kinchidavi chintayet. Don't think other than Brahman you are. All other things are waste of time, draining the energy, and also nothing will be constituted for your future or your present life. Then what's the point of thinking about the son and a daughter? What's the point of thinking about husband and a boyfriend? What's the point of thinking about how can I make money or increases my bank account? Nothing will be constituted. You have only 5 inches stomach. You cannot eat the entire world. You can eat 3 or 4 bread pieces. So don't think to grab entire money what world having. So kinchidapi na chintayed. Don't no need to think about anything of this world. Kinchidapi na chintayed. I would like to read the Bhashya. Yatha uktaihi samanyaihi padaha eva matraha. Yatha ukta, already mentioned the similarities between padaha eva matraha. Indeed, the letters or the sounds are nothing but the quarters, and matraha cha padaha. Indeed, the quarters are nothing but the sound or the letters. One should tasmad omkaram. One should know that omkaram, the syllable om, padashaha vidyat. May one know regarding the quarters are similar, unified, merged with the letters of the omkara. May one know. Evam, in this manner, omkare jnate sati. Sati is not there. Omkare, in the omkara, because omkara being the syllable of 3 states, what should one do? Drishta artham, adrishta artham cha, na kinjid prayojanam chintaye. Drishta artham, the non-objects which will make me happy. Adrishta artham, unknown objects which can make me happy, like heaven, some other things. The drishta artham and the adrishta artham, I should not think myself. We drain our energy by thinking about the future. I should modify my house. I should change my car. I should upgrade my phone. I should upgrade this thing. I should change my look. Everything will drain the energy. All are worldly non-objects. From the non-objects, one should get rid of towards the reality. By knowing the reality only, one can safely conclude I don't need any worldly objects, or I don't need to alter myself in order to become happy. Unknown objects, they are also a disturbance in one's life. What are the unknown objects? Unknown objects means heaven or some other things which are our imaginations. This person will make me happy. This person will make me more content. Like that, we imagine what we are having. We are not satisfied with those things. Then we have imagination. That is why adhishtartham, heaven, etc., etc., and also the future events which will be favor for me. Just give up all these ideas. Nothing can make you happy unless you are ready to give up the incidental features like body, mind, sense complex are not me. Only the consciousness, which is the origin of happiness, is my nature. By knowing this reality, one can freely sit and think about the reality. Na kinchidabi chindet. No need to think about anything. Chindayet. Prayojanam na chindayet. Don't think they will have some purpose in your life. Kridartatvad iti arthaha. What is to be done, you have done in your life. You have achieved the right thing in the life. What is the achievement? I am the Supreme Brahman. I am not this human body. I am not a person who is wanting behind the external objects like gold, woman, etc., etc. I am not the person to go or want for these things. I am the person who is interested on the reality. Thus, a person having the full content in one's life, and this person is not interested to think about the external objects what he has perceived up to his in his life. He is not interested those objects which are not even though available right now in my life, but I can if I try. He is not interested also. Don't think that it is making a person lazy. Without having any kind of dreams in one's life, a person will not be capable of doing bigger things. We know that. But Vedanta is not saying that you should not think, you should not imagine. Vedanta want you to get more mature. Vedanta want you to be freed from this external universe which is ready to drag you into the sorrows and pain ponds. That's why crocodile is the representation of samsara. Just it will drag you. You are nothing in the jaws of a crocodile. Crocodile will have 300 times upper hand when you are being grabbed by a croc. Nobody can save you. And after grabbing you, it is another wonderful way of tearing the victim into 1,000 pieces. Death roll. My God. Just the crocodile can hold your legs, and it will roll 15 times continuously. That's enough. Your hand to be separated from the body. Very badly, it will get separated. This is how it make the things as its meal. So samsara is also like that. We slowly get connected with a thing, thinking that it will make me happy. It is just like you are entering into the realm of a croc. Once you get locked through the attachments, it will not give up you. It will just hold on you. And at the end, it will take all your prana also. This is why samsara is to be avoided. Whether it is husband-wife life, whether it is father-mother-daughter life, any life, it is an incidental attribute. It should be seen as croc with 1,000 jaws, teeth, and etc., and it will put you in the death roll. You will be suffering by 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 taking into a vyavaharika role. That's why na kinchiravi chintayet. Once you know the reality from the traditional teacher, may one stop to think about different things in one's life which can make him or her happy. Na kinchiravi chintayet. Now again, continuing regarding the Omkara glorification. Yunjira pranave chetaha pranavo brahma nirbhayam pranave nitya yuktasya na bhayam vidyade kuchid. Once more I will read. Yunjira pranave chetaha pranavo brahma nirbhayam pranavo nitya yuktasya na bhayam vidyate kuchit. Pranavo yunjira chetaha. May one get unified with this Omkara and the chetaha, mind or intellect. May one take one's own intellect to get unified with the Pranavaha. The word Pranava is also a synonymous for Omkara. Null, stutau, in the sense of praising, there is a root called null. From that root only Pranavaha comes. Then 358 sutras are there. I am talking all this topic for the people who are interested in Sanskrit. That's all. Pranavaha also is a word for the Omkara. So Pranavaha, may one get unified with the mind in the Pranavaha, that Omkara. Pranavo Brahma Nirbhayam. Indeed, the Pranava, the Omkara is Brahman. And Brahma having the intrinsic nature of Nirbhayam. No need to worry about anything in this world. When there is a secondary thing in this world, one needs to worry. When only Brahman exists in and through entire universe, there is no worry for the Brahman, which is in the form of the self in every body, including you and me. Why should I worry then? The text itself shows us no need to worry for bigger thing or smaller thing. So, Pranavo Brahma Nirbhayam, the Omkara, which is indeed in the form of three syllables coming together and becoming Om, that Om is fearless. There is no fear for that Brahman, a person who realizes oneself that I am Brahman, there is no fear. People used to worry about if I don't do the puja, I will not get the sufficient money to run my house. If I don't do any arati, the Lord will not focus on me to achieve the goals. So I want to, there are personal achievements for a person to become bhakta or to become knowledge also. Nothing wrong on that. Our own personal benefits, our own personal goals will make me to become a person who is a devotee or who is a praying person. Nothing wrong on that. But remember that Lord will know everybody what they have done till the last moment. He is Sarvajnaha. So he knows that you need a bike. So in the right time, he's going to bring. Don't waste time like all the worldly things can make me happy or worldly things will bring more convenience in my life. It's only a unwanted thought. So here, Pranavo Brahma Nirbhayam. The Omkara itself is Brahma and it is Nirbhayam. Free from the fear is called Nirbhayam. Bhayam, fear. Nirbhayam, free from the fear. Pranavo Brahma Nirbhayam. And Pranavo Nityayuktasya na bhayam vidyate kuchit. Suppose a person used to meditate upon the Brahman as the intrinsic nature of a human being, or the listener who is listening the class now started, if they start a meditation doing without having any kind of block or amendment, then that person will come to know that bhayam na vidyate kuchid. No need to afraid, no need to worry, no need to get confused when you meet all these type of Brahma Vakya or the real nature of Brahman. Because not everybody is going to meet Brahman at the end. Few people, according to their prarabdha or according to their needs, they may drop. When something is free, they will come to listen the classes. When they are engaged with the different things, they are not interested. So for the sake of them also, it is told Brahman is to be understood, which is fearless state. There is no fearless for knowing the Brahman. After knowing the Brahman, the life will become more easy. There will be no trouble for the life from regarding the roka, regarding certain diseases, regarding certain birds, everything the Brahman will take care of the person. Pranavo Brahma Nirbhayam, and also na Bhayam Vidyade Kochit. He is not having any kind of threat by himself or from the others or from any part of the world, because he has done what is to be done. He knows the reality of the world. Everything is nothing but akaram. Everything get merged when they go to sleep and get a dream. Everything what I think up to the last moment, everything will get merged in the form of small names and forms. And also at the last time, after the Supna Avastha, there is a deep sleep state. In the deep sleep state, everything get unmanifested. Unmanifested condition, deep sleep state. In the deep sleep state, nothing will be visible, but everything is in the unmanifested condition on this consciousness itself. So, one should not be afraid of the Jagratavastha. One should not be afraid of the Supnavastha. One should not be afraid of the deep sleep state, Nidravastha or Prajna Avastha. Only point is that when there is a discrimination of virtue and vice, people will not commit any kind of mistake and they will be guided by the Lord. So, na bhayam vidyate kuchit. There will be no fear for anybody who knows that the padas and the matras are so together and so clear. Now, coming to the 16th verse. प्रणवो हि अपरं ब्रह्म प्रणवश्च परस्मृतः अपूर्वो अनन्तरो Brahma, Apurvo Anantaro Abhahyaha, Anapara Pranavo Vyayaha. Once more I will read. Pranavo hi aparam Brahma, Pranavascha parasmrataha, Apurvo Anantaro Abhahyaha, Anantara Pranavo Vyayaha. What is the kārikā says, continuing from the previous kārikā? Pranavo hi aparam Brahma. The people used to translate aparam means inferior Brahman. I would like to see certain aspects on this aparam Brahma. What is meant by aparam? Aparam means secondary or the inferior status of a thing. So aparam Brahma. I always used to mention that mind is familiar of seeing things and it is familiar to have nama or rupa, a name and the form. And the name and the form are many and many and many. And at last, a person will be always thinking only in this name and form. Whether it is a father, whether it is a grandfather, very, very much Adi Shankara has written in his Bhaja Govindam Bhashyam. Even after the 18 years, a person will be interested in the different things of the material world. That's why Asha or the desire is the main topic of here. Pranavo hi aparam Brahma. When we are familiar with a name or a form, wherever we go, it is easy to focus on the name and form. For example, formless deity is the central theme of Vedanta. For a person who don't know anything, as a beginner, one should get the idea so that you may give aparam Brahma, inferior Brahma. You may be a devotee of Lord Ganesha who have an rat face. You may be a devotee of Airavata or Chetak. Anything. They are all nothing but the devatas, the deity which can help the person who calls or who wants to be. Nowadays, people are not interested to do puja in their temple. That's why they don't get more karma pala or more help from the teachers, from the deities. So one needs to work a lot and also pray a lot and give certain things which we can give for the birds or etc. etc. That will help the person to withdraw the blessings from the deity. So I want to introduce now what is meant by aparam Brahma. Aparam Brahma means having a name and form to the Brahman is called aparam Brahma. If you want to meditate on a thing which is not available, it takes time. It's not very easy without having a name and form to meditate upon. So Lord itself has some idea about the Lord Krishna or Mahavishnu or the Om syllable. A person can meditate in front of those things. I already mentioned you Manda, Madhyama, Dhyam. Those who are having dull wit or a middle way of having the intellect. For them, they cannot meditate on formless Brahman. They have to meditate on a thing which has a form so that the consciousness which is formless will be introduced with a form in the incarnation. Thus, every form has lot of devotees and lot of people who want in that form. So for them, inferior Brahman is better than superior Brahman. Both ideas should be very much clear. Inferior Brahman means the same Brahman who is in the form of name and form to help others. It may be in the form of a waiter. It may be in the form of a person who supply certain things in the hotel. It may be in the form of a teacher. Anybody who is not interested to invest the mind along with all these bhayam, kama, krodha, etc., they will listen to the Vedantic words and give up all the ideas which are accumulating in one's mind. What ideas? Which is told in the Upanishads and the scriptures. That is, I am a human being and I want to become a devotee, and there is a Shiva and I have to do lot of prayers towards Shiva, then only he will see me and I can go there and I will get moksha. So from this standpoint, one needs to bring back the person towards the reality. That is being told here, Pranavohi Aparam Brahma. Indeed, the meditation regarding Om is nothing but Brahman. And also, wherever there is a name and form, I am very happy to meditate upon a thing. Wherever there is no any name and form, how can I meditate after going to the temple? That is called Aparam Brahma. And Brahmo Pranavascha Paraha Nishchaya. Paraha. When he removes all the incidental attributes and he can meditate only in the Tattvamasi, one's own consciousness, then that person is called, that person who is meditating upon this consciousness is called Aparam Brahma. So both are should be noted properly. Aparam Brahma is a God who is the creator, who supplies some names and forms for the sake of meditation. His own body, his own mind, everything get supplied for the person who want to take into the mission of Aparam Brahma, Aparam Brahma. So, for the sake of understanding the consciousness which is in the form of Param Brahma, one should get the means proper way, that is called Aparam. Pranavo hi aparam brahma pranascha parasmrita. Pranavam, the Omkara, is the aparam brahma, and it is told aparaha cha smritaha. The Brahman who has taken the inferior Lord and having some pujas towards that Lord, God. Now again, the Upanishad introduced the Parabrahman, which doesn't have any manifestation, any tank, anything, nothing will be there. You can only see the three people always inside the temple. That is called Aparam Brahma. They don't have any business and they are not interested. They came to know after reaching the Aparam Brahma. If it has known early, first moment, I should have changed. Now there is no changing. Aparam Brahma. And so remember that Param Brahma is the same consciousness which is having name and form. Aparam Brahma, Param Brahma is having no names or no forms, and Aparam Brahma will have all the names and forms. For example, water, when we see as the divine principle who created the world, then he is Aparam Brahma. From the standpoint of Brahman is in the form of water, which doesn't create any creation, it happens in a time and place. Then we saw that in the form of Param Brahma. When the things are in the hand of Parabrahma, he don't have anybody to make his space to live or success. But for an Aparam Brahma, he needs some space to live because he's a beginner. And the beginners will have certain misunderstanding regarding the topic. So Aparam Brahma is the only Brahman which is also mixed with all kinds of names and forms. And Param Brahma is a formless state, which is consciousness. So, Apurvaha. And what is that Param and Aparam? Apurvaha. Purva means something which was there earlier. This is Apurvam. This Brahman is Nutanam, ever new. It is not Apurva. Because few people already got liberated, he should take us. No way. There is no such things in Brahman. Apurvaha, Anantaraha. There is no words to explain Apurvaha. Anantaraha. There is no intermediate gap. Anantaraha nasti. Na antaraha nasti, iti anantaraha. Abrahma chakshoho, abrahmayo apurvaha, anantaraha, abbahyaha. Bahyam, which is not external. Brahman is not external, which is me. I can see every external things, I cannot see myself because it is formless. Whatever I perceive, whatever I see, they are not Brahman. That's why abahyaha, which is not away from oneself. Anaparaha, there is nobody is there after him. For certain devadas, there is a head. From the command of Shiva, that devada should go inside the earth. For in this verse, it is told here, there will be nothing to deal with after taking this pursuit. There is nothing to do that. Abahyaha na aparaha pranavasmrataha. It's not aparaha. It's not a name and form. It is only the pranavaha, the abhyayaha. Pranava, a person who understood Omkara is everything in one's life, and the person who meditates on Omkara continuously, he is called Pranavaha, and also it is Abhyayam. There is no diminishing and increase. It will not decrease, it will not increase. Every time it will be in a one stretch. For example, moon. Moon will go 15 days down, and after that 15 days up. Similarly, knowledge of Brahman will not go down, will not go up. Iti ataha abhyayaha. This, according to this manner, if a person comes to know, that person also become abhyayam. There will be no type of aging. Anti-aging is prohibited when a person who comes in the younger life and came to study, and also after studying one needs to do the mananam, nididhyasanam, according to the guru will will introduce what to do and everything according to one's own personality. So it is been told there is no external things to be done for that. And also, pranavaha hi abhayaha, na anaparaha, na aparaha, pranavaha hi avyayaha. This pranavam, this omkaram is one without second, avyayam. Na vedi iti avyaha. No destruction is there at all. This is called avyayam. Now, just 2 lines of Bhashya. Parapare Brahmani Pranavaha Paramarthataha Ksheneshu Matra Padeshu Paraha Eva Atma Brahma iti na Purvam Karanam Asya Vidyade iti Apurva. Parapare Brahmani. If you see in the translation, it will see inferior Brahman, superior Brahman. There is no inferior and superior Brahman. Before getting introduced the formless Brahman, a person get introduced by one's own guru to meditate upon a form who has total devotion towards that. One's own deity can be the object of meditation. It will be the Apara Brahma. Any name and form is Apara Brahma. Formless Brahman is Para Brahma. Then Pranavaha, on that Parapare, one of this Para Brahma or Apara Brahma, Pranavaha Paramarthadaha. May one meditate upon this on this deity with Omkara. Both are unified. And Ksheneshu Matra Padeshu Paraha Eva Atma Brahma. And when we know that the Omkara, which is directly pointing the Apara Brahman form, which is having a form. For example, if you are interested in Ganesha, elephant-faced deity, you can keep the Ganesha in the meditation and you can chant Om. It's only for the sake of beginning. After a period of time, we will take away the name and form. The consciousness remain. It will be meditated by the syllable Omkara. That is being told here. Matra padeshu kshineshu paramartada kshineshu saheva atma brahma iti. That's all. Na asya anantaram vinna jadiyam kinjit vidyade iti anantara. There will be no other Brahman or other creator other than this Brahman. That's why it is called Anantaraha. No other thing more than this or less than this to control the universe or to control the everything in this world. Iti Anantaraha. Tada Bahyam Anyatra Vidyade Iti Abahyaha. It is not available externally. It is not any name and form. So one need not to focus about to get the Brahman on some other things. All are experiences. That's all. It's not Brahman. Whatever you see as externally and you feel, I saw Lord Krishna, I saw Lord Shiva, it's all experiences. Nothing to do with that. Formless Brahman is you. It will not appear as an object in front of you. You are the Brahman. How can a Brahman appear in front of you in some other form? So, understanding clearly, a person should know that. Aparam karyam asyana vidyate iti anaparaha. There is nothing other than this ultimate thing is called anaparaha. There is no other thing other than Brahman as sentient consciousness. Sa bahyabhyandara hi ajaha saindava ghanavat ityartaha. It will be the one and the same. Outside and inside, this is the only thing, and one should realize that. This line I will explain you in the coming class because Saindava Ganaha is also. Okay. Om Susti Prajabhyah Paripalayandaam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Gobrahmanebhyah Shupamastu Nityam Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshadu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Choparahitaha Brahmana Santu Nirbayaha Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om